Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas with Tabletop Shenanigans.
This is Matthew Essington.
Alex.
And Felipe.
So, Matt, what are we talking about today?
Same thing we talk about every day, Nicholas.
What's that?
Shenanigans.
Specifically shooters.
And shoot us. But honestly, I have one question for you guys. Did you...
How was the week that we missed? Oh, what's that, viewers? We missed a week? I don't know.
I don't think they're paying attention. I'm not paying attention.
I just felt like I was interrupted, but it's okay.
This is the worst show on the internet.
I was just saying, did you guys feel the tide?
What tide?
The Great Night Tide.
Oh.
Yeah. Throw a wrench in that one.
Didn't you at some point in 2019 towards the end say, or 2020 calling it, it's going to be the year of Grey Nights. Grey Nights get good.
Grey Nights are getting good, and I said it, and I stand by it, and it's looking pretty good. We haven't seen it all yet.
I mean, what we have gotten has been pretty ridiculous. Those tides are ridiculously good.
Yeah,
they are pretty useful.
I'm looking forward to some Tide of Shadows and Tide of Escalation. I'm really pumped on that. The idea of my entire army having a stagnant, flat 2 damage smite, it's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. But that type of convergence is pretty good too. That 1 strength and 1 damage to side weapons. You really don't think that's gonna be good?
But how many? You can only bring 1 or 2 side weapons per squad, and they're pretty expensive per squad. And then you start adding in side weapons, you're reducing the number of models you can bring.
Aren't all Grey Knight weapons either force or side weapons?
No. They're basically Space Marines with slightly.
Essentially, they all have force weapons and halberd and storm bolters. And then they can bring side weapons like silencers or side cannons.
Are we even allowed to talk about Grey Knights anymore?
You know what? We're unredacting it for this episode and this episode only.
This is a Grey Knights episode.
It's a Grey Knights.
It's a Grey Knights
They let
episode.
them presence know when they got that codex. So.
Yeah.
You know, I will notice that they did come out along with 2 heretic Astartes. You know, there's
2 chaos factions.
2 chaos factions released in the same time.
Yeah.
Do you think we lose viewers over this?
No.
Like every week?
Just Phil.
Phil's
the one that always dislikes our videos on YouTube.
He unsubscribes and then resubscribes.
Subscribes every week.
He's that one guy who unsubscribes, subscribes, and unsubscribes, so you see the...
Yeah. And he comments on all our videos. I just unsubscribed to you. Thanks.
I'm gonna dislike this video.
You guys suck. Dark Age's best.
Yeah, my Chaos Bitch Burrito are the best. Anyways, what did the Dark Angels get? I actually don't know what they got.
A lot.
Who cares?
A lot.
So start us off, Alex, my man.
So their changes is in Devastator Doctrine, heavy and rapid fire weapons gain 6 more inches of range, and also assault and pistol weapons gain 3 inches of range.
That's pretty good.
That's insanely good.
I don't know what the Dark Angel arsenal is.
It's the same as Space Marine.
That's
a 15-inch plasma pistol. That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's
pretty
a 30-inch plasma gun.
True story.
Don't the Dark Angels have like really good plasma guns? Are they supposed to in the war?
They're supposed to have good plasma because they have a stratagem that increases their damage with plasma by 1.
Yeah, so they can have 3 damage plasma on Hellblasters. Pretty nice.
Yeah.
So can I though.
True story.
Yeah.
So can I, mech.
Yeah.
I mean,
you could.
the only way that I used to see Dark Angels I ever played was that guy that would give him like the little bubble shield and then like a million Hellblasters and just keep walking them up the board.
The Dark Shroud?
Yeah, that was the only way that I ever saw Dark Angels be played.
The Dark Shroud doesn't work with Hellblasters.
No, it doesn't?
It's only for Raven Wing models.
Yeah.
But you'll see Paladin squads with all plasma guns, that like the bikes with plasma guns on the front.
What's a Paladin squad?
Or Dark...
They have the Terminators?
No.
Deathwing? Or
no,
there's Deathwing,
Dark Shroud.
Darkwing.
They're not called Paladins. They're knights. They're Black Knights. I think that's what they're called.
Oh, the
Raven Wing?
Yeah, the Black Knights.
Black Knights. That's
okay.
Yeah, they have plasma talons.
Black Knights.
And they're assault
Paladins. What's the difference?
Yeah, they're assault 2 plasma guns.
A Dark Knight has to expend 25% of their max HP each turn to use a Dark Wave attack in Final Fantasy IV. That's where I got that from.
Okay.
But Paladins, they can heal other people. No, this is not a Final Fantasy podcast. Guess not. Anyways.
So the good thing about Dark Angels is their entire arsenal just got improved. If this was on any other army, it'd be good, but it wouldn't be like insane. It's insane in Dark Angels though.
Yeah.
Because
Do you think they're going to see points drops? Do you think
they already got point drops.
Yeah.
like
All their
more?
models got point drops.
Yeah.
But more. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, they just. I think.
With Chapter Approved just being released, I don't see anybody getting any points drops anytime soon.
Yeah, me and Philip looked through the Dark Angels list. He could only realistically run 12 Black Knights in a list with other things with it.
Those are the
He can
bikers,
run.
right?
He can run 25 Black Knights now.
Those are the biker dudes?
Yeah.
The
Bikes.
bikers, 2 wounds, toughness 5, 2 plasma guns on each one, and special melee weapons.
That's really cool. I never really thought like bikes were really competitive in 40K. Since 8th edition, like bikers have been kind of gutted.
They're-
Only Ravenwing. Ravenwing bikers are really good. You bring Dark Shrouds and Samael and
Gene Stealer Cult bikers and Ravenwing are the only 2 really good bikes.
Well, hold on. Custodians have some pretty good bikes.
I don't
Custodians
even
have the
call those
best
as
bikes.
bikes. They're speeders.
I mean, they call it jet bikes.
There's something else.
They were
Well,
pretty good
to
for
be
a
fair,
brief moment.
even White Scars have pretty decent bikes now. So I guess I should take that. Yeah, they are pretty good.
They're good, but they're
They're pretty good on turn 3.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think they're supported for bikes anymore, as what they were hoping, as everyone was hoping they would be.
Well, I was hoping for White Scars like Primaris bikers. I think that's what everyone was
But then that
expecting.
make everyone.
There are some rumors of some like Primaris bikes.
Yeah, have you not seen the pictures?
Yeah, but rumors are rumors.
So just like when they released the Invictus Warsuit and the Impulsor, they had them in that fuzzy picture in the background. Well, they did the same thing, and there's a new speeder. It looks like a Primaris size speeder.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't want speeders. We
and
want
then
bikes.
a Primaris size bikes, it looked like too.
Okay, so that'd be kind of cool.
Because generally, like when you play Ravenwing or even White Scars will run bikes and speeders together because they have the same speed, they keep up with each other. So if we're getting new Primaris speeders and new Primaris bikes, that'd be really cool.
I'd be down for that.
The interesting thing about Dark Angels, though, is their chapter tactic was kind of useless. Because it was a playstyle that
counteracted
supported.
with
It counteracted exactly what their playstyle is.
The one
Dark
that doesn't
Angels-
stand still
Exactly.
ones,
Yeah. Dark Angels playstyle is moving really fast and then getting up the board and then gunning you down with their plasma.
I think that's the problem,
That's
though, right?
Ravenwing. So there's 3 different play styles.
Yeah, but the one that you stand still is not the good one.
So so you guys are saying Ravenwing a lot. Are those also bikes?
There's Dark Angels, they have
Ravenwing.
Deathwing and Ravenwing.
Right, but you keep saying Ravenwing bikes. Are they the Black Knights?
Yes.
There's Black Knights and Ravenwing bikes. Ravenwing bikes are like just normal bikers. Black Knights are bikers with plasma guns as their guns.
So basically, if you have a speeder or a bike under you, you get the Ravenwing keyword, which makes you get special abilities that only Ravenwing gets.
Yeah, it's their special. Well, I don't want to say much crap because like Space Wolves is the same thing. It's like we have the exact same units as Space Marine Vanillas, but we just like to name it different things. Like my Devastator
But to be
squad is
fair,
called
though,
Long
Space Wolves
Fangs.
have so many unique units. They have Blood Claws. They have unique scouts. They have, but it's their own kind of unique unit, right? They have Blood Claws. They got the Stormfang gunship.
That thing's not very good though.
But
It's unique though.
It's
yeah,
cool.
unique.
It's cool. It's
You
a
got
boat.
Murder Fang. You got your own like Dreadnought characters that are cool.
I love Murder
So do
Fang.
Blood Angels though.
I love
Yeah,
Murder
but they only
Fang.
have where are Blood Angels? What is a Blood Angel?
They have a Librarian Dreadnought.
Yeah,
and
that's pretty
Furioso
dope.
Dreadnoughts. And
Still,
Death Company
but
Dreadnoughts.
my point still stands though that Space Wolves have a lot of special unique characters,
They do.
Yeah.
and
So do Dark Angels and
Dark
Blood
Angels have tons. They have all like they have their own flyers. They have their own
Yeah,
speeders.
Dark
They have
Angels-
their own bikers.
I think Dark Angels have the most special units.
Yeah,
I could-
in the
yeah, I
game,
could
and
probably
for all
see
the
that.
Space Marines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have because they have not only they have special units for regular Dark Angels, they have special units for Ravenwing
Yeah.
and special
They
units for
have
Deathwing.
They have two different planes options. They have the
you have,
Nephilim and the
Zephyr, something like that.
the Nephilim
Zephyr
and
or something
something.
like that. Don't you guys also have like that 2 different types of chaplains, like the Interrogator
They have
chaplain?
Interrogator, which is no, the only difference between the Interrogator and a regular Chaplain is the Interrogator gives a -1 aura, which is nothing. But if it's the same price, it's the same price.
I would just
so,
take it.
and it looks cooler.
It does look cooler, yeah, for sure.
And it's what was it? And I think now they can only get their specific litany on the Interrogator Chaplains. So you can't run a regular Chaplain in them and get the specific litany.
Yeah. I've been a little mixed emotions about litany so far, but I'll save that for later. We'll continue to talk about.
I agree. I have mixed emotions about it. As
yeah.
well.
I just don't know the Dark Angel line very well. I guess it's just to my understanding, they're not really a fast army to me.
Raven
So
Wing
I understand that.
Yeah.
But then they also have Deathwing Terminators, which are one of the slowest models in the whole game. So it's just hard for me to. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
That's what I'm saying. There's really 3 play styles for Dark Angels. You play regular Marines that stand around, they shoot, they reroll 1s. Then you play Raven Wing. You're fast. You're in your face. You have -1 bubbles to hit. All kinds of reroll special characters. They have a lieutenant that's in a land speeder. And then they have a character, Samael, that's on his own special
he has
jet bike.
2 options. He can either be on a jet bike or a land speeder.
Yeah.
It's kind of hilarious how all 3 of the flavors, Blood Angels, Space Wolves, and Dark Angels, all had like these amazingly cool options and all these different unique units and everything. But yet they were terrible up until like not that long ago.
Yeah. I mean, all Space Marines were terrible up until now.
Yeah,
to be fair. It was just Space Marines weren't in a good spot.
Even now, Space Marines aren't great.
Oh, they're
the few chapters are.
We keep talking about this. Iron Hands are always still top table. You'll have 6 or 7 Iron Hands at the top tables.
I just don't, boys.
You have never even played with your Iron Hands yet.
It used to be a thing to where if it was like a Blood Angels list or a Space Wolf list against like a gunline army like Tau or Admech or like Guard, 9 out of 10 times the Guard is going to win.
Of course.
But now...
Yeah, I used to like laugh at Blood Angels. Like
now there is a very good possibility, and it can happen that with the right player, the Blood Angels could absolutely run through a gun
Or
line.
the right list.
So question, why don't Custodians get any of these benefits?
Because
Custodians not Space Marines?
No, they're not.
Custodians are not.
Even though
Different
they
species.
kind of look...
They're not even Adeptus Astartes.
No.
They're specifically a different species.
They're bigger.
And actually in the lore, like...
So why are they
Adeptus
not considered
Custodians-
Primaris then?
They're
not.
bigger than Primaris.
They're bigger.
Jeez.
Yeah, Adeptus
So-
Custodes are...
They're almost Primarch size.
Yeah, they're Custodes. The only thing bigger than Custodes is a Primarch.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
They're the personal guard, like, of
Emperor.
the
Read your
Emperor.
freaking lore, dog.
Yeah.
So they're basically Thunder Warriors 2.0.
Thunder Warriors, that's a different one. But no, Custodes
So Thunder Warriors
actually...
2.0.
The Custodes actually dislike. They have a deep dislike of the Adeptus Astartes because they still see the Space Marines as like the sole reason why the Emperor is maybe not dead. Because if it wasn't for the Space Marines, there would never have been a Horus Heresy. So for the most part, Custodes don't like Space Marines.
How can they blame the Space Marines when they're all images of the Emperor, though? But you can't really blame... That's like blaming a child for fighting with another child when you told the child, hey...
That's how they see them. Custodes still see Space Marines as almost like inferior than them.
I mean, they are. First of all.
It's true. Yeah.
Have you seen the jet bikes?
Oh yeah, I know. I've seen 3 Custodes cut through 30 orcs. It's ridiculous.
So I'm gonna tell you the reason why all these changes are kind of crazy. When I was thinking of Dark Angel changes, I was thinking of all they had to do to make Dark Angels good was decrease points on all their models, which they did. But they did for every army, which was okay because their models are good. If they're cheaper or if they changed the chapter tactic. All they had to do was change the chapter tactic, technically. So the thing is, I was thinking that they would change the chapter tactic specifically. It was different for every different model. Raven Wing got something. Deathwing got something else. And then everything else in Dark Angels got something else. That was my idea. They did one step better. They didn't even do that. They were like, oh no, we'll just make all your models cheaper. And then Devastator Doctrine, you got increased range. That's way better.
Yeah.
Because it didn't matter. You can reroll ones. No one cares about the reroll ones. They're nice.
I like the new Semi-L model too.
The
Right? Is that Semi-L?
No.
No.
Who's a new model?
It's just a Primaris, dude. That they don't use Primaris.
That is such a mean thing that they did. It's just like the Psychic Awakening. Psychic. You get some random Primaris captain.
Yeah, they really don't really use Primaris either.
It's just like the
like,
Blood Angels get the best, one of the best psychers in probably in all of Space Marine lore.
Yeah.
Like such a cool dude.
Excuse
and then his
me.
old mouth.
Have you ever met Armin, the best Space Marine psyker?
Debatably.
What?
Debatable. He got
Mephiston
everyone
had a
killed.
building
So
dropped
I
on
wouldn't call him
him.
great.
Mephiston is the Lord of Death.
Yeah. He has
What?
survived.
What does that have to do with being a psyker?
Oh,
Come
okay,
on,
think about it
guys.
like this. Ahriman got his entire legion screwed. Mephiston hasn't died yet.
Yes, he did. That's why he hasn't.
I think Mephiston
I'm pretty sure
has
he
got
did
one
die.
up right now.
He did die, and the only thing that saved him was plot armor. Primaris.
You say
him.
plot armor now, but
I am definitely saying plot armor because that's what it is.
getting back to Dark Angels, the reason they're kind of insane though is before the points decreases, Deathwing Terminators were cheaper and objectively better than regular assault Terminators with Thunderhammers and Storm Shield.
Well, why did you take regular Terminators if you could just take Deathwing Terminators?
No, you can only take
No,
Deathwing.
you can only take.
But the thing is, they're better.
Right, why wouldn't you want to take the Deathwing
Well, the
Terminators?
difference between the Deathwing Terminators to the regular ones with Thunderhammers and Storm Shields is the Deathwing ones have
The maces were broken.
huh?
The maces were broken.
Yeah, they're only -1 AP instead of they're -2 AP instead of -3 as a Thunderhammer,
It's a
but they're still damage
Thunderhammer.
3.
Yeah, it's a Thunderhammer, but better.
And then their main character got a flail. Got the same
I think
flail
we're on the
contagion.
same page here, Alex. I think you think that I'm on against you.
No, I didn't. No, I'm not saying it's- Yeah, no. They got the flail, whatever. The flail something. It's the
Flannel
exact
of
same.
the
Interruption.
Unforgiven.
It's like
Oh,
the
that's
same.
the-
It's the same stat line.
Right,
But
right.
They're 40 points cheaper,
That's
and they're
pretty good.
immune. And they're immune to morale.
Yep.
They're immune to morale.
Immune to
Yep.
morale.
Do they ever take out that stupid roll they have where they have like +1 a reroll everything against fallen units?
Yeah.
I mean, it's still there. I mean,
They have it.
like the whole Eldar line has that one thing about like Slanesh
yeah.
demons and everything.
So do Blood Angels have special card. One of the cards is about fighting Slanesh. Everybody hates
Yeah.
Slanesh. I think
Everybody.
don't Space Wolves has something against Slanesh too.
No, we
Nobody
have
likes
something
Slanesh.
random too somewhere.
It's because the
along
Space
there.
Marines are very
Is it bullying?
Nobody. Harlequins hate Slanesh too. Everybody hates
Everybody
Slanesh.
hates Slanesh.
Even Slanesh demons hate Slanesh.
You know who hates Slanesh the most though? Your boy Phoenix. He absolutely hates Slanesh. Noise Marines, the worst.
You start quaking in your boots right now.
Yeah.
You're playing with fire.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
I love you,
Get it.
Phoenix.
He's getting you a bonus.
Yeah.
Can we briefly talk from one Chaos Legion to another Chaos Legion? Let's talk about the Thousand Sons and
Okay,
what
they got some amazing stuff. So when they're in rapid fire range now, they get to shoot again. So they have 4 shots now instead
cool.
of 2.
At AP -2.
That's
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
silly.
ridiculous. And if you're shooting them with AP 0,
So wait, hold on. That's on their Terminators too.
that's everything. Yeah.
So I deep strike my Terminators turn 2 within 9 inches with 5 of them. I shoot my 20 shots and then I get to shoot my 20 shots again, all AP -2.
That's disgusting.
Is it just with bolters that they get to shoot twice? Or do I get to shoot twice with my Reaper, like my Reaper chain gun and my missile racks?
So the way it reads is,
Because,
well, it costs 1 CP, so you can only do it once.
oh, okay. Well, that's
so
less
is it-
good.
is it
I thought it was Army
Well,
wide.
I thought it was
so
Army
too.
wide. Yeah, I was like,
Oh.
that's whatever.
Oh, yeah, you just broke you like, that unbroke it. Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Look at this.
that's good.
Use this stratagem when a Rubik Marine or a unit of Scarab Cult Terminators is chosen to shoot within your shooting phase.
Oh, that's not that good. It's good. It's just not like
It's actually a lot
It's not
worse.
game
too.
breaking.
yeah.
They can't move either. So you can't even move into rapid fire range. Yeah, that's
So you couldn't even do it on Deep Strike. You'd have
No.
to do it the turn after Deep
Yeah.
Strike. And you'd have to sit there and hope they didn't just move 13 inches
I
away
mean, they
from you.
are really tanky.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
still,
That all
not
his
as-
dust is dumb.
All his dust is a good rule. They just reduce. If
If it's AP 0 or 1.
If it's damage 1,
Yeah, if it's damage 1.
you get +1 to your save,
Which is
pretty awesome.
ridiculous.
No, that's awesome.
It's so dumb. That's so good because think about it. Imagine running around and you have to shoot these Marines with. They have 1 piece, I'm sure.
Yeah, they do.
Imagine having to waste like assault cannons on them or like damage 2 or plasma on them.
Assault cannons damage 1, AP -1. That's what hurts, and they still have 3 up armor saves.
assault cannons.
Yeah, you'd have to like throw 8 or damage 2 weaponry at them,
Which feels bad.
like overcharging plasma.
I thought
And they have invulnerable. They have a built-in invulnerable save, I believe.
I think it's like a 5 up,
A
something
built-in
like that.
5 up invulnerable save, and then on top of that, they ignore moving and shooting heavy weapons. Which
they're
is,
really strong.
I've always said Rubric Marines are good. There isn't enough in that list without just bringing auto include Magnus every time.
The
You
problem is,
can't play without Magnus to
Yeah,
make that
it's
army
boring to
competitive.
see. I don't like playing against Thousand Suns because it's almost every time the same list. You just bring a ton of Psychers, Magnus, and then some Rubric Marines to
well,
spread it out.
the fatal downfall of Thousand Suns, I feel like, is when you're taking those squads, you want them to be in 10-man squads because now they get smites on D3s. They do D3 damage smites. But you also want, so when they have 10 people, their smites are better. Something about them makes them better. I don't remember what.
That's just when they roll a super smite. If you do a super smite, you get a regular smite instead of the baby 1 damage smite.
No, I'm sure there's a rule that when there's 10 Rubric Marines in a squad, I think they roll either 2d6 or they do something different. Their psychic is different.
I don't think it's anything to do with psychic. At 10, they get to bring the Reaper chains, the Reaper cannon, which is really good.
I'm not very familiar with Thousand Suns.
No, but that's why you want the 5-man squads is because you can take more special weapons.
No.
That's why. Are you sure?
You can't bring the Reaper gun if it's not a 10-man squad. That's the only thing that changes. In a 10-man squad, you can bring 1 Reaper chain cannon.
Is it worth it?
It's pretty powerful.
It's okay.
Gun.
Yeah, it's all
Your
right.
chain cannon's nice.
It's like strength 6, AP -2, damage 1 or 2.
Now, if Dark Angels could have that gun, and then added 6 inches to it, you basically
It's already like 36 inches. I mean,
it's 24. The Reaper chain cannon is 24 inches.
It's an all right gun. I mean, it's usually worth it to bring a couple 10-man squads of them. Keeps your Psyker alive longer.
That's why. So you want the 5-man squads because you can cast more smites,
You get
but
more
then you
spells.
want the 10-man squads because you want all the special weapons.
Yeah.
So it's always a constant struggle on do you just take more of the mini squads and then just have more smites, or do you take the massive squads?
More
cheese
smites.
more, you cheese more, or you get
Less cheese, but more cheese.
cheese with.
I would definitely say more Psychers. 100%.
That is the strength of Thousand Suns. That's their gimmick.
Psychers, yeah, lots of
Yeah.
Psychers.
I feel like Thousand Suns would be a really cool, like, not elite army, but like not horde, but like just a regular army with rubrics. Because I've yet to see a Thousand Suns army that doesn't run Magnus. I know Magnus is really good, but he's like 500 points, and that's 500 points of rubric Marines that you could bring, or something
That's like-
that seems like that could be.
Well, the
not
problem is
as
then,
good, but like just.
It's
you
like
can't-
4 squads of Marines.
but then the problem is
5-man squads.
you
They're
can't-
expensive.
Oh,
you
really?
can't deal with tanks is the problem. Thousand Suns notoriously is very bad against heavy units because they just don't have the damage to beat them.
They got
Yeah.
the AP.
Yeah,
No,
I
they
mean,
don't.
Magnus is great and all, but you just get a couple of shots through and then.
Yeah, Magnus is the only thing that makes that list viable. enough.
Anything that Magnus touches in combat is dead.
Yeah.
He's disgusting in close
Yeah.
combat, 100%. No shadow of a doubt. And his psychic phase is incredible. I mean,
I'd rather have a Magnus than 4 stupid smites.
Your
that's for sure.
regular smite is D6 damage, and your super smite's 2D6 damage. That's insane.
It's already better than the 4 damage you can get from 4 more squads of
The
Rupert.
first
Yeah.
time I ever faced Thousand Suns was against our boy Nick, Swab Nick. And he got off a super snipe with Magnus against the 10-man squad of Wolfen. and just gone.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Gone.
Wolfen.
Yeah.
The Wolfen.
Oh yes, Hans, bring out the Z Wolfen.
The Wolfen.
I just don't like playing against Thousand Suns because it's the same list every time. That's my problem. It's
You
such
can't
a
blame them
boring
though.
thing.
They only have like 5 units.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of units in the army to
They
choose
have
from.
so many demons. They have Zinch demons,
Zinch
which are
demons
cool
are-
looking.
But you're not
they
playing
don't
thousand.
synergize. Sadly.
You're not playing Thousand Suns. The best thing you can do is bring a couple of Rubik squads, usually to hold objectives, and you bring a Zangor blob of 30. Just max it out, and then use the crystal to warp it 9 inches away with a demon
God.
prince.
No, you can deep strike those zingers.
Well, you don't have to. You can just
You could, though.
But you use the antimatter crystal, and it just teleports them 9 inches away on turn 1.
Zangers went up a point or something, didn't they?
Yeah, but still, I mean,
Yeah.
it's not expensive. I have
No.
30 more points for a squad of 30.
Let me tell you why zingers are cool though. Zingers are cool because they're AOS models that can carry guns. That's my favorite thing about them. If you ever look at the Zinger models, they actually got an upgrade sprue where they can carry an auto pistol and a chainsword. And it just looks kind of funky because, you never think about a light model with a gun and an auto sword or whatever it's called,
An auto pistol.
Yeah, an auto pistol. What's the sword called? Chainsword.
Chainsword and auto pistol, yeah.
It was funky. Actually, one time I played against someone who didn't make them different. So he came into our AOS game with bolt pistols, and I was like, man, this is weird, dog.
I don't think you can use the pistols in AOS.
No, you
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Ah, fool! Your first mistake.
But I mean, the actual the Zangors with the bows, I forget what they're called now. Enlightened. They're actually not bad in 40K.
They are the most toxic thing in AOS though.
They are.
Oh my goodness.
They're really powerful in AOS, but they're actually decent in 40K too.
Their rolls are okay. Yeah, they're like what? Strength 6 minus 2d3 damage.
Something silly like that. Like they're really been. And if you bring the shaman with them, they hit on 2s or something like that. And they're actually pretty decent for putting out. So they're demons, so they only have a 5-up save, so they will die.
4-up. They're demons of Zinch. Zinch is special trait.
Zinch gets
Only if you bring them as Zinch demons. If you bring them as Thousand Suns, they're 5-ups.
Well, then they suck. Well, I was thinking. I thought that would be the coolest thing about Thousand Suns is just Zangors. I thought Zangors were just cool.
Zangors are
What?
pretty cool.
Ruby Marines are so cool. Occult Terminators are so cool. It's just if they were good.
I like Zangors more.
Yeah, Zangors. I don't like Rubik Marines.
I think they're okay.
Scarab
I've always
Marines.
liked the way the Ruby Marines look. Their overall style. I don't like the blue and gold. I'd take them like red and white.
I take
something like
them.
that.
I would paint them a different color scheme. I
I
don't
take them
like their
sand
colors.
color.
But red
like
and
a
gold,
sand
you're just
color.
playing corn. Just play
Yeah.
corn.
Like I do the Egyptian colors on them. I
Yeah.
Just play real Thousand Suns. Just get little tiny vials of sand, put them in base. There you go.
Yeah, all is dust. Just have little piles of dust.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty funny.
I love how memey the Thousand Suns are. Have you ever read those memes? It's like all the other Chaos Space Marines, like Death Guard, like Duty Unto Death or whatever. Slanesh, whatever the Slanesh one's called, the Emperor's Children. They're like, oh yeah, we do it because we want to. And everything's so serious. Then for the Thousand Suns, it's always all is dust and like that weird, really weird text. You know what I'm talking about? No?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, well.
Moving on.
Well, if you viewers know what he's talking about, go ahead and comment that.
I'll show you guys after the podcast, I swear. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay.
Anyways, Thousand Suns, they did get lots of new abilities. They got a lot of new powers, supposedly.
Supposedly.
So I'm really excited to see them again. It's just I don't think we'll see them on the top tables. I really don't.
You see Smash Bros. Still. I mean, they can do pretty well.
That's not really Thousand Suns, though. Talking about like a pure Thousand Suns army. That's the problem I have with Chaos. Chaos can never have a pure army.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's getting there. There's some
Is it,
really
though?
nice. There's some really nasty shenanigans
I
you could
think
do.
they made it more soupy from previously. Actually, big with the latest Faith and Fury. They proved that souping Chaos right now is more viable than sticking to one. Beforehand, it was just like play Alpha Legion. I mean, not Alpha Legion. Play Black Legion because we like Black Legion. Smiles.
And because Abaddon is really freaking good.
Yeah. Or play Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights are really good. Smiles.
What's
don't
Smiles?
smiles. Like,
Oh, he's smiling.
ironically smiling or something, you know?
It's just that's one thing I don't like about Chaos personally is the fact that they have to be kind of soupy. It feels like, unless you're playing Death Guard. Death Guard is the only army I think can withstand anything else.
Well, Death Guard just overtuned though. So
Death Guard's
Death
fun to play.
Guard's pretty good.
Yeah.
But you really gotta. I mean, when you're playing Death Guard, you usually see a lot of Forge World involved.
That's the big problem that I
They
have
don't
with
have
Death
to.
Guard.
Yeah, but I mean, to be
If you want to be competitive, you have to bring
play. You bring Leviathans. You gotta play the Daredevils.
Yeah, like the
Okay,
the
but same
Death
thing
Guard
with
rules.
Custodians. Custodians cannot survive without their grav tanks.
It's true. I'll give you that. They need the grav tanks.
at
to be
least that's one
competitive.
model.
The thing though is
Yeah.
that Death Guard rules go so well with those Forge World models.
Except for they don't get the
This,
5
yeah.
Who cares?
But
They
the
got
ability to be able to
30
move
shots at strength 8.
Yeah, but I played a game with my tanks and killed a Durdeo, and then turn 1 was over. That was it. They don't have it. 5 up invuln against up to 16 plasma shots, and then they don't get the feel no pain.
But to be fair, Guard are busted.
Oh, Guard are super broken. You pop the Relic of Lost Cadia, and doesn't matter what chaos is across the table, they've lost
Nope.
turn 1.
No matter what chaos it is, boy, it's just a puddle of goop.
What
to
is
me.
chaos? All I see is dust.
I'm super excited. I have a new.
Dust. Whoa.
I have a new tournament list for this upcoming season.
Tell me about it.
It's 100% Guard.
Tell me about
I'm
it.
not souping any knights.
No knights?
No knights.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, tell us about it.
I don't think we have to talk about it. It's a secret.
Yeah,
Can't give away the secret.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Let
Flying
me
Monkeys.
spoil it for you. It's going to be a ton of troops and a ton of tanks.
No, literally, there's only 6 squads of troops and 1 company commander. That's it. No other troops on the ground.
How many tank commanders?
3
Exactly. There you go.
and pass.
And
so
pass.
4.
Yep.
It's like, but little did you know, 9 Lehman Russes. Oh no.
Hey, Nightly Horses are pretty good.
6 Lehman Russ.
You madman. Oh.
Including the 4 tank commanders?
No. So it's the four plasma executioner tank commanders, and then 2 Punisher regular.
Oh, wow, Matt, you're really switching it up.
I've never used Punishers before. I'm literally building them at home right now. I've never used Punishers.
Crying.
Also, this man said he wasn't talking about his list. And here we go.
I mean, you threw me off whenever you brought that guard melee list, but it's just like, I'm doing something different. You're bringing tanks, aren't you?
Not a single one. 3 Ravens.
What?
3 Wyverns.
17 chimeras.
Wyverns are so toxic.
They're so good.
46 shots and they roll wounds, right?
They roll failed wounds
Jesus.
at strength 4. And then 2 Basilisks. And then 2, and this is where it gets bonkers. 2 Saber weapon batteries. Hold on, listen.
Oh,
You
my
know what they're
word.
equipped with?
Oh, my word.
What?
Searchlights.
Why?
What? Because within
it does-
within like 48
yeah.
inches, you just choose a target you can see, and your whole army gets +1 to hit it. Tank commanders rolling around hitting on 2s.
Guard would plus anything to hit is scary.
Talk about your entire army. Tank commanders hitting on 2s. The rest of your army hitting on 3s against that target.
You're just like Admech with worse stuff.
No, we're
No.
like Admech.
No.
We're like killing Admech off the table turn 1.
Bad. I'm shaking hands with this man right now.
How much are we betting?
all our subscribers.
Who's paying Phoenix?
Oh, you're gonna pay Phoenix next month.
Whoa, this got really political really fast.
Phoenix,
No,
make
but
sure
really-
to bookmark this part of the podcast.
Yeah, let's do this. But for real though, like they're like 30 points each, and you bring 2 of them, so you have 1 on one side of the table, 1 on the other side, so that way nobody can hide from you. And each turn, I can be like, all right, I marked this knight over here. Everything in my army hits it on
Can they
3s.
both mark something?
Yes, there's
Listen,
2
dude,
separate
it's-
squads.
Guard is the most flexible army in the game, in my opinion. They can do anything.
They are definitely not the most flexible army in
yes,
the game.
it is.
No,
Yes, it
no.
is.
Look at the Layman Rust battle tank in
So,
all of its
you're telling
weapon
me
options.
Everything. You want it
Tyranids
to
are
be
the most Tyranids are the most
No,
customizable army.
they're
Yes, they
not.
are.
Customizable and flexible are different.
Yeah, so like I'm talking about like literally just the Layman Rust battle tank has like 7?
It's
I think
got
it's 7 options for its gun.
I think Dark Eldar are more flexible. I think they're more flexible.
Hold on. Let me explain. Let me hear it.
I just think they have more options.
Okay, let me hear it.
You want to hear all the options of what?
Explain why you think that.
Okay, how many heavy supports do they have?
I don't know, like
4 options.
Guard.
yeah,
Guard have like 40 heavy support options.
Guard has everything.
But
you
okay,
want
but the
artillery,
thing
they
is, like,
have that.
the thing
you
is,
want
like-
tanks, they have that.
But the thing is, like, flexibility only works for things that work in general.
They all
Guard does okay. There's things that are good, and there's things that are objectively good. So you almost always take the objectively good things anyway, right?
what?
Yeah, like a Lehman Russ is objectively the best heavy support right there.
I don't know.
If you had a choice, it'd be a Lehman Russ over anything else,
No.
just because a Lehman Russ is better.
think about this.
Point for point, an Exorcist is the most point effective vehicle in the game.
I've never played against the Exorcist, so I don't know.
They suck. I
What?
hate Exorcists.
It's like 120 points.
I mean, you're hearing me wrong. They suck to go against.
Yeah.
It's like 120 points
A pure carnage.
for D6, strength
10,
strength at 9, AP -4, D6 damage shots.
They are
At like
toxic.
72 inches.
And
For
they have
120 points.
And they also have flamers,
I
right?
don't care about the rest of the guys. 120 points.
Oh, well.
I mean, they have the best artillery in the game. They go through. I mean,
Point for point, that's the
Yeah.
best vehicle in the game. Now, guard tanks, though, everything's toughness 8. I mean, or toughness 7.
That's
like, oh,
toxic.
my worst vehicle's toughness 7.
Okay.
No.
The fact that a Lehman Russ
Oh,
is, the fact that a Lehman Russ is toughness 8 actually makes me salty.
It's
It triggers
amazing.
That,
is
that makes me salty.
that's their most basic vehicle.
It's
And don't forget,
let me
it
show
shoots twice.
Let me show you my the vehicles that just be pumping out the machines. They're toughness 8, by the way.
Yeah.
You know that knight right there that's worth like 3 times his point?
And
Yeah,
then
that's
how
toughness 8 too.
And then how many HQ units do you have that are have incredibly useful stuff?
at
All
least
of them.
8.
Yeah, they
There's
all have.
Pass, Castle and Creed.
Yarick.
Yarick is freaking amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, those characters are good.
The
Yarick.
commanders are just good.
Yeah, just a company
cheap-
commander
they're
alone,
cheap
30
and
points.
good.
It's so good.
Tank commanders.
And-
Tank commanders are
that's-
amazing. Tanks rolling around, hitting on 3s, letting themselves reroll 1s
Yep.
with
Yep.
plasma. Thank you. Yes, shooting twice.
It's
yes.
probably the one army that I've never seen anything from Forge World because you don't need anything.
Well, there's really good forward roll.
There are some good.
There are some amazing Forge World options.
Yeah. No, I don't doubt that they're amazing, but you don't need it.
Just the heavy mortars. So it's like your regular mortar, except for it's 2d6, strength 5, AP -1 mortar rounds. It's like, yeah, I'll
But
take
you know,
those.
also, you know what's crazy? We also have really poopy Forge World
They
options.
do. There's this one little vehicle. It looks like a dune buggy with a las gun on top. Or it has like a multi-laser on top. It is the worst vehicle ever. It's like 14-inch movement though.
The
man.
flyers that are in that one new game that GW made, like the actual
The Thunderbolt, yeah.
yeah, it's not very good.
That's not true. There's one plane, the Marauder, is actually amazing.
So there's 2. There's the Marauder Destroyer and the Marauder Bomber.
They're both really good.
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
It's
The Marauder
just-
Destroyer has a whole bunch of missiles, like missile to missile, like plane to plane, and the Bomber has obviously bombs.
It's just the Guard army is just so good that they don't need them.
Oh yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have to buy Forge World to be
No,
competitive.
that was my point.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen Forge World, Guard stuff because
My favorite-
everything that they've got is already good enough.
Yeah.
My favorite are the little demolition charges you can get. They're about these. They're these little tanks.
Yeah, it's a tiny tank. You just drive it into something that blows
It
up.
blows up. And it's so OP.
And they're cheap too. They're like dirt
20
cheap.
points. They're 30 points each.
I've
Yeah.
never seen you use Bullgrins, but I've seen them quite a bit. How come you don't ever run them?
I only have 3 and they're still in the box.
And they're ugly.
They're actually pretty good, especially if you bring them with a psyker to improve their saves. They get pretty nasty and pretty survivable.
I've just never seen them used effectively. I just see them either just they're usually there just to tank up shots.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
what I've seen them do.
yeah,
Like
they're-
either
You put them in front of your tank line and intercept something like a Custodes.
I've either seen them do that, or what they do is that usually they put the line of guardsmen to take in all the turn 1 charges or turn 2 charges, and then the Bullgren are there to basically slow them down afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what
Right.
I've kind of seen, or just to keep a little slack between them and the
My
tanks.
thing though is if I'm playing guard, I could bring Bullgrins for screening, or I could just bring for the same Bullgrin squad's 120 points. I could bring 3 more. I could bring 30 more guardsmen. That'd be 3 more lines of screen for the same point cost. So why would I bring Bullgrins? It just seems like I'm sinking points into something.
Or
that
make it cheaper. Just throw conscripts.
Well, conscripts cost more.
You sound like someone.
Oh my.
Yeah, the conscripts in.
And the thing is too, I mean, like I was having the same debate when I'm building. I'm really sitting there picking over my list, and I'm like, well, you know, I could add a couple more guardsmen to be screens. I was like, or I could bring this extra Punisher cannon and just shoot 40 shots at whatever he wants to charge me with. Like, oh, I got Death Company. All right, well, here's 40 strength 5 shots.
That's fair. That's fair. Guard has a lot of potential. I don't know. Like,
Times two.
I can never play against Guard. And, okay, Guard is fine. When I see a Lehman Russ, fight or flight activates in my body. And I'm not even, you think I'm joking, but my body physically shakes. And I physically get mad if I see a Lehman Russ battle tank on the board.
Yeah.
And it's like,
God,
do I really want to play this game right now?
No,
I don't.
No.
Because they're just toxic.
they are.
They're really toxic and they're too cheap. And I'm so mad that they're like, how good are these Lehman Russes? Really good. Let's make them cheaper.
Yeah, let's make them a little
Smiles.
bit better.
I mean,
Yeah, like honestly, a Lehman Russ battle tank with I'm sorry, let me correct this. A tank commander with a plasma cannon and 2 plasma sponsons and a heavy bolter on the front is the same cost as a Predator.
Good one.
With the last cannons on the side and the turret on, or I think the heavy bolters on the side and the turret on top, or the auto cannon on top. No last cannons involved.
And Predators are awful.
It's god awful.
yeah.
Awful.
Especially when after they took out Killshot. When's the last time you saw a Predator on the table?
I didn't even see them with Killshot.
I didn't see them with Killshot.
Maddie did a fun list.
I feel 3 of them when I had Killshot.
Oh man, I've never seen it happen.
+1 the wound, +1 damage, so you flat 4 damage on them is pretty nice.
It's kinda-
with Gilliman.
But
Back when
what kind of
Gilliman was
points is
rerolling everything. What?
This
What
is
kind of point stick is that though?
this is a space.
180 points apiece. So 180 points, 180 points, 180 points.
This is a Space
less than
Marine.
500.
This is a Space Marine tank, and we like to show you that our Space Marine tanks are weaker than our Guard tanks.
Yeah, by the way, it's only toughness 7.
Yeah,
And it
Yeah.
has 1 less wound than a Lehman
and
Russ.
it can't shoot twice,
And it can't shoot twice.
and it still moves and has penalty.
It does move and still have a penalty. Yes, sir.
It's got all the worst things of being
It's
a tank.
literally everything but worse than a Lehman
Yeah,
Russ.
and it's more expensive.
And it's more expensive than a tank. No, not than a Lehman Russ. Than a tank commander with
which is even worse.
with its absolute best loadout.
Yeah.
With a night killing loadout, it's less.
It's stacked loadout.
Yeah.
At its cheapest loadout, probably.
Yeah. Strength 8, AP -3, flat 2 damage, or you go with the opposite where you have strength 7, AP -1, flat 3 damage.
Let me show you my autocannon move.
And it's either 2d3 shots or 2d6 shots from the Lehman Russ.
So what you're telling me is at the top there's the Emperor, then the Custodies,
Then the guard.
then the Guard,
It's
and
the-
this
then the sisters.
then the Sisters.
It's the Emperor, Lehman Russes, then the Primarchs, and then the Custodies. 'Cause we all know the Lehman Russes be on top.
Yeah. All thanks to I will say this.
Hey.
If they are the absolute worst army in the game, Space Wolves did one good thing, and it was discovering the Lehman Russ on whatever planet it was that they found the Lehman Russ, and then named it after their Primarch.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? They found it?
Yeah, they found it was a relic on a planet.
Yeah.
And they were like, wow, this is better than what we're using. Let's name it Lehman Russ. And then they brought it back and started mass producing it because it used to actually be an option for Space Wolves to bring the Lehman Russ with the Annihilator package on it. That's the double autocannon on top. So 8 or 4 autocannon shots.
Let's give it to
Oh,
them.
27, 8 -1
They know how
damage,
to
dude.
use it.
I would trade some of my special units to have a Lehman Russ in my codex.
Hey, I wish I could run a Lehman Russ.
Yeah, me too.
Can I have a Lehman
Wow.
Russ?
You know what? Merry Christmas. I give you all Lehman Russes.
Hey, you know what G-Sword Cult gets? A Lehman Russ, but 40 more points.
Hey, but your Lehman's are pretty good.
At least you still get to bring a Lehman Russ.
Yeah, but it doesn't get the regimental
It
doctrine.
doesn't get anything.
Oh.
It's just a Lehman Russ.
So it doesn't reroll ones that sit stills, or it doesn't get a reroll the variable number of shots, or it
Doesn't
doesn't
get-
get a move and not take penalties.
This-
Wait, you guys have better things though.
No, the Creed doesn't have any Creed benefits because
But you guys have better things than Lehman
No, but
Russ.
Brood Brothers don't benefit from Creed abilities.
But they have immunity to morale. They're better guardsmen.
No,
Yes,
they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Do you not know? Yes, they do.
Blade brothers are only immune if they're within the Patriarch's range.
Yes, but do you understand how good that is? Regular guardsmen can't do that.
Who cares?
Hey,
morale
what?
doesn't mean anything.
That does,
morale's
morale means
really
a
useless.
lot.
Don't get me.
Whoa.
Don't get me even started on Gene Stealer Cult. I just got done building a Gene Stealer Cult that I plan on buying, but mining lasers.
Oh, they're crazy.
It's literally
They're crazy.
point for point. I'd say the
Crazy.
that's how you got it. You got because obviously there's better things. You're like, oh well, yeah, mining laser is awesome. Like, oh well, I have
My
a
neophytes be getting 2 mining lasers per 20
Per
every time.
squad.
Seismic cannon, don't even look at it. Mining laser,
for 10
Yeah.
10-man squad.
yeah.
You can bring 2.
Oh yeah,
mining
yeah. For
lasers
10
in
minutes, yeah, you can take 10. Yeah,
2. So you bring 3 squads of neophytes. That's 6 las cannons.
yeah, and then you take bladed cog, and then you can move and shoot without penalty.
Yeah. Also,
Boom.
your rock grinders can bring them.
Yeah,
Rock Riders are dumb.
Rock grinders can bring them.
crazy.
Your
Yeah.
Goliath trucks can bring them.
Hey, remember when
Even more important, max out your Ridge Runners because guess what? Ridge Runners get to bring them too.
Yeah,
and
and
gonna
they're
bring
heavy.
they're going to bring the heavy version where
The
it's
D3.
D3 las cannon shots at 36 inches.
Yeah,
Dude, you know what's crazy? The power saw that they use
it's crazy.
is
good.
stronger than the Space Marine Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Newless,
Yeah.
Emperor, Lehman Res, the Primarchs, everything in between, Gene Stealers, and then Space Marine.
Because like
Cheese to the cold.
when you get those metamorphs and you give them the rocks, not metamorphs, the acolytes, and you give them the rock saws,
Yes.
it's like 3 rock saws, you run them in, 3 attacks for each one. They're hitting on
So if
what was it?
yeah, if you
I think they're hitting on 3.
if your vehicles survive the 30 plus mining laser shots you shoot a turn,
They ain't surviving the melee.
they ain't surviving when the acolytes reach them with rock saws and cut them.
That's over. I charged 15 acolytes into a knight. The knight almost died.
You know what's funky?
Yeah.
They can ambush with bikes. How does that work?
They can
crazy.
ambush with
Steelers.
Lehman Russ battle
Who
tanks.
cares? Like they're
How do they get
Steelers.
The bikes are
oh
there.
man, look at this Lehman Rush just strolling through.
The bikes are a meme. They did nerf all the aspects of what makes bikes good for Gene Stealer Cultures, which
Some
really.
of the charges are really good stuff.
No,
Yeah.
mining lasers are better.
But mine lasers
Mine
are better,
lasers.
in my opinion.
Yes.
That's why I take bladed
So
cog.
look, oh my goodness, I have all my bikes over here, or I bring some extra ridge runners with heavy mining lasers that get them
Yeah.
moved before the game begins.
See what I
Pike them on
do.
objectives and go pew 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 pew.
Yeah, that's what I do. I just run enough bikers to make it seem like they're a threat. You shoot at them, you waste your money on them, and then the neophytes go in 20-man squads. Icon wards giving them 6-up fields of pain, and then reroll morale test. And then you got in the back, you got these ridge runners with heavy mining lasers, only like 80 points.
Yes.
Good job, 80 points, heavy mining lasers. You're crazy.
Good job.
Good job. Yeah, it's crazy. And they got advanced deploy. So they're guaranteed to shoot you first turn if they go first.
If they go first.
Man, I guess I don't know. But,
Right.
They're super maneuverable. And if you run them, like I said, bladed cog, which is the one I like to run,
9.
they can move and shoot without penalty.
9 ridge runners maxed out 177 points per squad of 3, 531 points. Each squad of 3 gets 3d3 las cannon shots.
Oh no, that's so good. And then what is their? I forgot. They have the auger array, which I can't remember what that does. One of them gives them a 6-up fields no
The
pain.
best one's the flare launcher. Yeah, that's the 6-up field
Yeah,
of pain.
that one gives them a 6-up fields no pain.
Yes.
That's crazy. They have 8 wounds.
What's the next Second Awakening book?
No one knows.
Do we have yet?
What was
It's
the beast one?
yeah, Saga
It
of
is?
the Beast. Saga.
So Space Wolves.
Probably orcs and Space Wolves.
And then there'll be a third. They usually like to throw 3 in there.
Probably
Sometimes.
Death Guard. Death Guard would probably be the only one that hasn't gotten
I'd
anything.
They threw in Dark Angels in there because it didn't make sense, but they just like
They're supposed to be throwing everybody in the books, regardless
Yeah.
of who hasn't. And
Yeah.
Admech hasn't been in the book yet.
I've been
Death
waiting,
Watch
bro.
hasn't gotten anything.
Death Watch
I've
hasn't
been
been in the book
waiting.
yet.
you don't need it. I need it.
What?
Tau hasn't been in the book yet.
I needed it.
Tau
Oh,
is
it's
in the
probably
next
Tau.
one. Tau is in the next one. Well, actually, I think actually Tau is probably going to be in the, or I'm sorry, Death Guard is probably going to be in the Tau book. I can almost
You know, it'd
guarantee
be cool
it.
if they put Tau and Admech together in the thing, so that they'd be 2 shooting armies fighting against each other, because that'd be fun.
Don't forget
That's
Necrons.
a boring fight
Necrons-
to watch.
Necrons. So it's gonna be Tau, Necrons, and Admech. I'm calling it right now. Tau,
That makes
Necrons,
sense.
Admech.
That's okay. You think for the greater good. Fights Necrons. Good job. Good luck.
Yeah. GG.
Fighting that.
Smiles.
Smiles.
XD.
Yeah. Good luck fighting Necrons.
I mean, they're easy. Just,
No. Necrons are definitely in lore the hardest thing to fight.
that's not true.
In lore, yes. In lore,
Yeah.
other than Tyranid Hive fleets,
Was-
which don't even count.
So,
Yeah,
so,
Tyranid Hive
okay,
because-
okay, I love every time you say something, you contradict it
No, no,
with
no,
something
because I
else.
just remember when a Tyranid Hive fleet.
Tyranid Hive fleets don't really count because if a Tyranid Hive fleet hits a planet, the planet's dead.
Yeah,
Nobody
it's
has
gone.
survived it.
It's gone. Yeah, for sure.
Oh wait, what did they do on Ball? Because Ball's thing was that they were fighting on Ball. And
Ball
They
was
lost.
almost lost. Ball was literally almost lost. But the thing though is
Fistic
that
came back and
Yeah,
no,
that was just in the Psychic Awakening book.
Dante like took on like a Hive Queen or whatever the name of the thing is, and he about died. And then Bobby G, Deus Ex Machina, that, and then just popped out of nowhere with Primaris and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up? I got some Primaris."
Primaris. You should put them in your blood.
It was kind of a silly story, but
Hey,
you know, it was
Mephiston, do you want some?
So you read the book on the new
Primaris?
Psychic
You
Awakening?
want-
not,
Primaris,
no, this was the
XD?
original. This was the original Devastation of Ball. Like whenever the first like invasion of the Tyranids. Tyranids have invaded Ball more than once.
Trying to
we're
sell you my Primaris. Here, look, Primaris.
Hey, Mephiston, maybe you didn't have small baby Marines and had some Chad Marines.
Yeah.
Chad.
Again,
Our bolters are -1.
Are yours?
not Mephisto, Dante.
Mind you,
Dante.
your bull's only -1 on some turns.
Dante's
you know?
the chapter master.
We guarantee to kill the Tyranids the first time.
Which I
Hey, Ken, so do you think who would win against Thousand Suns versus Tyranids?
Tyranids.
Tyranids.
You can't take over a Thousand Suns body. You can't consume that biomass.
It's not.
You can consume the biomass of the armor.
But they're still alive, so you lose.
They consume more than biomass. They consume
They
everything.
would still kill everything, regardless of whether they consumed it or not. They would all die afterwards, but they'd still consume the planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they consume everything.
They don't.
Up to
They
up
like
to the
terramorph
rocks.
the planet.
The Tyranids, they don't have terramorphic technologies.
No, they literally consume everything
That's
to
pretty
bedrock, like
Oh.
sand, dirt, water. They consume everything.
Earth.
Earth
Oh, those are.
up to bedrock.
Basically anything that's carbon based, they can consume it. Yeah.
Yes.
Why can't they eat Necrons? That makes no
They
sense.
probably could.
Necrons.
They cannot. No, they
No,
cannot.
they actually in the lore they actually do talk about they cannot really eat Necrons.
But why?
Necrons are the biggest threat to Tyranids until like humanity actually stops
Yeah.
fighting itself and figure it
Yeah,
out.
Necrons
Imagine-
is literally the biggest threat. Yeah.
Imagine being a Necron lord in charge of the whole universe. Then you take a little dirt nap, and it's like, oh,
Well,
this
the thing
world's
though-
not mine anymore.
These monkeys turn into fighting people.
Necrons have the best weapon, and that's time. Because to them, time is nothing. Like they don't die, they don't
care.
tire
They've been
out.
chilling since like the Dark Ages. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Since before then.
before
Before Earth was even conceived.
Necrons be chilling.
One of the biggest defeats of Krieg was against the actual Necrons. They were not able to.
No. Krieg lost to the Imperium because they got shelled for 10 years by the Imperium. Like, you
that was
guys,
their own
are you
fault.
joining the Imperium yet? No.
No.
Bombshell. Bombshell.
I still stick on a Necron. Necrons being the biggest threat to the biggest threat to the galaxy, and you could say like obviously like Tyranids, but I don't want to count
Well, they're
them
not
only
the
because
most-
they're the obvious threat.
So
They're not the most like imminent threat.
Yeah,
Necrons are
yeah.
not the most imminent.
Yeah.
Imminent is probably either Tyranids or orcs.
Tyranids or
Orcs.
orcs.
So the problem is,
Orcs are on every planet.
Orcs.
so here's the problem though. If you read the 40K, like the rule book, the original
Rogue Trader.
hardback book for 8th edition, it literally says every other race is a threat. Like humanity is a threat to everyone. Every race is the doomsday race, except the Necrons.
They say that because all the Necrons haven't risen.
Yeah.
Literally like 3 tombs have risen out of like 600 tombs. You know what I mean?
But that's what I'm trying to get at. It's just so funky to see that we sit here and say that the Necrons are a threat or the Tyranids are a threat when really everyone's a threat.
Imperium ain't no threat.
Not really.
Nah.
Who's not
Tau,
a threat?
Tau isn't really all that scary. They're incredibly tiny, and if the Imperium actually woke up one day and be like, "We want to wipe out the Tau," they'd be gone. Same thing with Admech. I know, you love Admech, blah blah blah. They're one single planet.
Yeah, but why did they sign a treaty with Mars instead of blowing it up?
Because they have cool toys. That's it.
It's better. It's better to work.
You
with
really,
someone that-
I don't know.
in your heart of hearts, you really think
So the problem I have with
that Mars could stand against
So the
all
problem
of
I have
Imperium?
with this that just don't make sense is Mars has been its own sovereign planet for well beyond the problems of Earth.
Sure.
So it just for me,
What?
so Mars has been before the Great Schism or whatever on Earth, right? Mars had already been established as a planet, so the problems of Earth didn't really affect the problems of Mars, and they were
But
like
they
that
were
for
separate.
they were like that for thousands of years. If they were separated from a group of people for thousands of years, they're not humans anymore. They've evolved so differently.
I understand.
They're basically Xenos.
I understand, but do
Oh
you,
god, I play Xenos armies.
in your heart of hearts, do you honestly believe that
No, I don't.
if Gilliman woke up one day and said, "You know what? Call needs to go," and they wouldn't just destroy Mars in a blink of an eye?
So first of all, if they hit it down at the beginning, yes. But now I don't think so. Because you have to understand, Mars was not their only planet. That was just the hub world. You do realize that there are forge worlds everywhere, correct?
yeah, but most
there are
worlds are manned by the Imperium.
Yeah.
No, not even. No. No, they're not. They have their own group of
I
servitors taking
believe
care
that
of
they
them.
have
Right.
that. But servitors aren't just Admech. The
It's
Imperium
hard to-
has servitors.
Armageddon was a forge world, but who actually manned that
It was
entire
not a
planet?
forge world.
Yes, it was. Armageddon was a forge world.
That was a penal world where their criminals and stuff were sent to.
So,
There's still Legion out on that planet.
Admech are not. I would say Admech would never be a threat ever. Only because of how they're situated. If they were situated in the way where they didn't nerf themselves, then they would be an extreme. They would be more of a threat than the Imperium.
So think
but
about-
they nerf themselves.
Think about the biggest threats to the Imperium, or the most immediate ones, the orcs and then the Tyranids. You know why they are? Because they have the one thing that the Imperium has the most, but they have more numbers. That's the
But
thing.
that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. Every race is a threat, though. It's just weird.
Or else 40K wouldn't be very
yeah,
fun.
exactly.
Yeah.
The problem with the Imperium is they started. The problem is the Imperium lost the moment Magnus messed up the Emperor's plan for the warpway gateways. Because to get across the galaxy, you need an efficient way to get around. The only efficient way that has been proven was the warp gates.
And it's
webway
incredibly
gates.
inefficient.
Yeah.
They are constantly dying just trying to cross the galaxy.
But that's the most efficient is the Necron way. I can't remember what it's called, but that's actually
Phasing.
more. Yeah,
Phasing.
that's way more efficient.
transdimensional,
Yeah, that's extremely efficient.
Broken.
Yeah, it's pretty much broken.
Yeah, they don't even have to come to battle. They just sit in their tomb world, and then all of a sudden, there's
Boom.
the gate. Take a step forward, and we're there.
Hey, we here, boys.
Because we're fighting again, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah, they don't.
Me's back on the menu, boys.
that's why Necrons
Except
are.
for they just all you hear is silent footsteps.
They're pretty scary.
No noise and footsteps, and then
Test.
Yeah, that's why I think Necrons are the biggest threat to the galaxy because they have easy ways to get around for free. They don't need rations. They don't need supplies. They don't need anything but the overlords commanding them. That's all they need. They don't even need land.
Tyranids need biomass.
They need
to move on.
biomass. Orcs need to fight.
Tyranids aren't like because the thing is like Necrons or
So what are we arguing?
Eldar.
All I'm trying to say is
Because you
everyone's a
keep
threat.
saying that Admech is amazing and blah blah blah.
I
I'm
have
telling
not
you
even
that
said
it's
that
not.
one.
But like Tyranids are to me I know they're big scary, but it's not really that scary because like you just see them coming. Like they don't teleport or
That's what
warp
I'm
or
saying.
anything. They're just like, whoa, they're coming to this planet. Everyone leave.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Each race in the 4K universe is a threat to every other race.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's just so weird that we talk about just Necrons and orcs. you know?
I put it more in a strategic way. I play a lot. My most played games ever have been strategic games.
like Mountain Blade for me.
Yeah, sure. Like any type of strategic game, I've probably played it. Necrons have the advantage in every scenario.
Yep.
Necrons have the most advantage.
They
If
don't.
I wanted to pick an army or a race to have easy mode on, I pick Necrons.
Nah.
Necrons are easy mode. It's like, ooh, slow start.
They
but no one knows where you are.
Yeah, you don't even know where you're. You have to.
It doesn't matter.
For the Necrons,
what are you
though.
waiting for? It doesn't matter. It's not like you're on a time or anything. Everyone else got time. You don't got time. It don't matter to you.
Okay.
Yeah,
don't
you
matter
can
to
literally
you.
join the game because their guns have been the same for
it's
how
like-
long, and they're still
Millennia.
and they're still the strongest.
It's still the strongest guns. It's like I started the game with cheat modes. And I'm just like,
They
I'll give you a
actually-
handicap
think
and let
about
you play for 4 years, and I'll sit over here eat like chicken noodle soup or something.
40K is basically New Game Plus for them. They already won once.
Yeah, New Game Plus.
That's basically
Yeah, they took
Necrons.
over the entire universe, and
And
they're
then
like,
they
you
went
know
to
what?
sleep.
Well, we're good. And then now the universe is all used up, and they're like, okay, let's do it again.
Okay, so let's go to sleep to figure out if they'll get better. And let's just let them do that. And let's chill
They
over
need
here.
exercise.
What's
Like,
that
all
thing?
right.
You guys still got Goss? Yeah. Wow.
Evolve.
Yikes.
What's this? Oh, Laz?
Wow.
Ooh.
Imagine having Laz 6,000 years later. Wow. Imagine.
They can't be corrupted. They can't be hacked. They can't do anything. Chaos can't take over
They
it.
don't have emotions. They just
I
are
feel like this is
silent.
very one-sided. I'm not saying that they're not a threat. Like, I've never said that at all.
I
This
think they're
is-
personally the biggest threat.
No.
I think they're the biggest threat.
They're not the most imminent, but they
Not
are
the most
biggest.
imminent, but the biggest threat.
I still think orcs are the biggest threat.
I don't think orcs are the biggest
Because
threat.
I think so because
Orcs are like cockroaches. Yeah, they're always everywhere and they're hard to get
cockroaches
rid of.
are bigger than you, stronger than you.
see,
They're like bears.
Okay, if they didn't make orcs have, if they didn't make orcs always the enemy that always got pummeled in the end of the story because of the Imperium, then I would agree that orcs are the biggest threat. But the
It's
thing
just
is,
because
in
like
every
you can't
single
beat the orcs.
well, the thing is, in every single story
Can't beat
or every single like lore you talk about orcs, they get strong. But if you're saying that Gazgul Thraka, the biggest wall ever to existed or that has been like shown, was defeated on Armageddon by like three
It
Space
wasn't a
Marine,
defeat. He just got bored and
three
left.
Space Marine chapters.
No.
He got bored and left.
Three
His-
Space
his-
Marine chapters.
His wad is still
For sure.
going on.
He got bored. No, he didn't win.
He
No, he didn't win.
He let Yark live. He's like, Yark, you know what? You've been a good chap.
So,
Go on, live.
That don't matter. He didn't win.
By the way,
If-
that's extreme plot armor. He just let Yark
exactly, that is
leave.
extreme plot armor. Yeah.
And also,
An orc would not do that.
orcs
An orc would
are
be
their worst-
Good fight.
Orcs are also their worst enemy as well too.
Because my thing about
Yeah,
Necrons
Yeah,
is they
Necron's
don't.
not really an orc.
Necrons don't have
He's like
flames.
big brain orc.
Yeah, big brain orc. Yeah.
Necrons don't have flamethrowers.
Do you guys remember
They can't beat
Starship
orcs.
They don't need
Troopers?
flamethrowers.
Do you guys remember
Got lightning.
the brain bug?
Yeah,
That is Gazgul Thraka. He's got the big brain. He saw the bigger picture.
that's also the other thing too. Like
He's the morkiest.
kill.
He knew that if he
their
killed,
lord.
yeah, he knew if he killed Yark, then they'd be like, well, we don't need that area anymore. Bombs away! But as long as Yark's alive, he can just walk away.
Yeah, he used him as like
A shield, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, that's all the time we have for this week. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere.
Support
honestly.
us on Patreon.
Oh, one
poor.
quick little shout out. I just want to give a shout out to our boy John from the store.
Yeah.
He always comments on our videos. John, you're awesome. Anytime you
John.
want to come on, just let us know.
Woo!
Actually, Ben wants to get on too. Ben says that we say a lot of things are just wrong.
He wants
Very
to-
true.
he wants- you know what? Yeah, Ben, if we're saying it wrong, correct us. That's what
Yeah.
you gotta do.
Or just come on and just roast
Come on
us.
down.
That's
okay.
you. Come on and roast
That's
us.
okay.
All right. Anyways, in conclusion, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, all the social media, and shout out to our Patreon. The Tabletop Shenanigans. Make sure you give us a like, donate whatever you want to. If you like us, you don't have to. Do what you want to do. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next week.
It pays for my college.
Bye.
Bye.